Hello, Pisces. Happy new moon, Pisces. Happy new moon. We're in a new moon phase, Pisces. Aren't you happy? New moon, new you. What does that new you look like, Pisces? Let's get it. Let's see what your cards have to say. The moon may be currently in Capricorn if you're watching it on the 8th of February, but this video is for the 9th of February. New moon in Aquarius, right? New moon in Aquarius. So some of you, I'm talking to you if you're Pisces anywhere in your birth chart, even if you're on the cusp of Aries or on the cusp of Aquarius, or if your MC or IC is Pisces, I am talking to you as well. Let's get it, Pisces. Let's see what your cards have to say. Let's see what the message is in your cards. Let's see what the message is in your card. Pisces, I just want to remind you all that now we're actually in Aquarius season coming up on Pisces season, right? So I'm doing giveaways. So all you have to do is watch the videos for Aquarius, for those of you all who like to participate in giveaways. But we're about to come up on your season, Pisces. Yeah, start thinking about what kind of birthday gifts you all want for your birthdays. Let's do it. See what your cards have to say, Pisces. Let's go. Something has been a nightmare for somebody when you keep thinking about it. Somebody keeps giving a lot of air to a lot of pain that you've gone through in the past. And I can tell you, Pisces, here we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Lover's card, and then also the Tower card. It could have been somebody that you may have thought was a twin flame in the past for you, right? For you all, you could have thought it was a twin flame in the past. It could be an Aries that was a twin flame that you may have thought was a twin flame for you. It could have been an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It could also be a Scorpio. It could have been a Gemini. This is Gemini's card. Whatever it is, somebody could have felt like a twin flame the energy was just a nightmare for you. But Source is saying to you, I encourage you to stay on your throne and continue planting seeds of discernment, and also just knowing when to go ahead and cut things off, Pisces. Whether it's family members that hurt you, because we got 9 swords here, right? So the first sword, once the first sword hit, that's when, okay, I need to go ahead and cut some energies out of my life, right? Whether you were able to cut them out immediately, it could have been family that you weren't able to cut out if you was younger. And it's like, okay, I can't just move now. I can't afford to move, right? But as an adult, you're saying, okay, I have a whole lot more choices to protect my own inner child. So I don't have to keep, I don't have to stay connected to my pain. I can literally cut some people out of my life. And that's what I'm seeing for. That's what I'm seeing here in your cards, Pisces. So yeah, some energies from your past are having a tower moment. Some energies I see a partnership in love and or in business is coming across your path, right? So you want to make room. The way you're going to make room for it is to stop talking about the people, places, and things that caused you a nightmare. That's how you're going to start. That's how you're going to really, really make room for the blessings that's coming across your path, Pisces. Because I see your money growing. Your reputation is still intact. People still hold you in very high regard. And I see you being booked and busy and not burdened. But if you keep talking about it, you're invoking a spirit. And that's what caused the booked and busy and burdened and bitter, right? I'm so angry. Why does this keep coming across my mind? You got to remember the enemy, which is the enemy within, right? Doesn't want you to move into a new moon phase of your life. Wants you to stay on the dark side of that moon phase where you feel unpredictable, contrary, aloof, fixed in an opinion, tactless in how you respond to things. Source is saying no. You're closing out cycles in love. This is the last day to close out this cycle before we end up in a new cycle. And so here we have the Tower card. Here we have the Hangman. I feel like somebody feels like you are their twin flame, right? But the energy either will cause you a nightmare or you've already experienced a nightmare before, because they could be connected to it. They could be still connected to a nightmare who feels like they are a twin flame. What I mean by that is, let's say, for instance, they're still connected to a belief system. Like, so let's say, for instance, you meet somebody and you want to date that energy, Pisces, but they're still somehow connected to a nightmarish ex. They're bringing that nightmare into your life, making your life hell on earth, and you don't even realize, like, oh my God, why am I ever having nightmares? Because it's in that aura. They're still in that aura, and somehow it's connected to you. So again, you can tell people, hey, that doesn't work for me. You're still connected to an ex. Guess what? It'll be like, it's not even iron sharpening iron. It'll end up being an argument. Well, I got to stay connected to my ex because of whatever, A, B, and C. Or you can look at them and say, hey, it's because you're still connected to certain family members. They will go off on you. Listen, listen, you're like, if you see it ahead of time, that's what source is saying. Hang in there with yourself. Don't go into escapism. Just make a firm decision. I'm closing this out in love. I know I can already see I wouldn't feel nurtured, protected, and secure, and I wouldn't feel appreciated in it because if it would come across as you nitpicking. Nope. I like being booked and busy and not burdened by the past. So I need to go ahead and make peace with moving on from something. So that's what it is. Here it is, a 10 of swords. I need to make peace with moving on with something. Yep. So somebody wants to be booked and busy more of in your humanitarian effort and not burned out and stressed out. So here we have the 2 and 8 of Pentacles, right? So that's the 10 of Pentacles. Somebody is really seriously thinking legacy. Like, what do you want your legacy to be? And a soulmate is coming across your path to help you to do that, right? So you'll know if it's a soulmate or a karmic or a twin flame. You'll know that. A karmic would be like, and I think everybody has learned by being in karmic situations. So I'm going to give you a very, very lay way of looking at karmics. So sources say before you got to 9 swords, that's 9 deep traumatic pains, right? Before you got to that, you had time to sit down and think about what has been traumatic in your life, right? We're talking about spirits, not just the physical body that caused this pain. You know exactly what triggers those memories at this point, right? A karmic would be like something you having a conversation with somebody that you met. You feel like, gosh, I feel like I'm looking in the mirror at my former self or like whatever. And source is saying, but what did you do, Pisces, to get your healing? So it can be something as this simple as this, Pisces. If you say, well, you know what, I'm in therapy to get help for that, and I feel so much better because I've gone through so much trauma in my life, right? I'm tired of the pain. This is the end. This is number 9 is death, rebirth. I want that pain to end permanently. So when I recognize up front that if I'm disobedient with source, then how tricky the enemy is. So the enemy will put right in my face right before my money is about to grow and X, Y, and Z is about to grow. Source will allow the enemy to put something in my face that says that, guess what, for you, therapy could be it can be this subtle, and it's like all of a sudden a burst of awakening can happen. So Pisces, it can be simple as you saying, I've gone through years of therapy to heal from all of these sword wounds, right? Family sword wounds, death of loved ones, being cut off from jobs, fired, mistreated, misunderstood, whatever, right? All of that trauma, and you meet somebody that you feel like, man, this is my person. This feels great. I feel motivated, inspired, and sources. But I need you to ask them this question: are they in therapy too? And you ask them and they tell you something like, well, I don't really believe in therapy, or something around they're not really where you are in healing. That would be a karmic if you to continue to move forward, if that makes sense to somebody. 6 of Wands, same thing in friendships. A lot of times friendships, family relationships, or whatever, right? Source has been trying to tell people, even with family situations, you keep going back to family situations where sources say people are not interested in healing from their trauma, and you keep going back around. Those are karmic situations. And so somebody is learning. Somebody is saying, you know what? It didn't really make it, but some people will go, well, that's my family. I can't cut them off. There's a sword right there. You're clean cut. I can't just move on from that. I mean, maybe I need to investigate a little bit more. Sources like there's a clean cut, there's a sword energy right there. So somebody is learning to just physically move on from some things, and I do see you being victorious at doing it. That's what I'm seeing right here. I do see you being victorious. And here's the thing, the way that I see, because somebody is thinking about some things right now, kind of like weighing, like we talk about this right here, talking about the number 2. Somebody is definitely weighing the time that they put into thinking about something and the ideas that you may have had about things. But the new in this cycle, and you said, I can already foresee pain. I can already see that I won't feel nurtured, protected, secure, and appreciated, for having done. I feel like somebody would enter into a situation where people were focusing so much on what your low self-esteem is, or what narcissists it's like a being in an energy where you all are not on the same frequency, and people want you to hurt just as bad as they're hurting, because they're not. Source is saying, listen, free yourselves in advance. Here we have, because they've been under judgment. They've been under judgment by some energies that's been connected to them. So it could be energies that could have told them, hey, I don't believe in therapy because that's for crazy people, right? Where you in therapy and you know you're not crazy, right? You're like, okay, I'm not going to walk around with a broken leg or broken arm. Why would I walk around with a broken heart and not go get some help, right? So they connected to energies that don't believe in that because okay, now you're going to be, analyzed or judged by some energies. But those types of energies are always in set trap mode, right? So that's what I'm saying for you all. Like, people are always looking to dig the sword in deeper because misery loves company. Sources say it would be a complete nightmare for you to go back into a situation where sources say it's time for you to move on from the disappointment. That's how crafty the enemy is. The enemy loves chaos and confusion. Chaos and confusion. Here we have the Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and also the High Priest. Source knows that your wishes are being fulfilled in terms of soulmate energy. Sources like being connected to certain people. All they do is sit around and talk trash about people, and they just sit. And some of them sit around and just entertain energy. They just sit around and entertain it. That's all they do. They sit around and entertain trash talking about other people. And Source is trying to get you in a state of mind of it's some energies that's gonna be. It's some energies that I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna hit a tower moment. It's gonna hit them like a ton of bricks because you know what, Pisces, the way that you're responding to it is not in an explosive way. You're not interested in going through a nightmare. It's like I said, the beauty of being a Pisces is that you see things ahead of time. If I stay connected to certain energies, this would be a nightmare for me. I know myself well enough to know that certain energies they can't survive without being around trash talking energies. They sit there and listen to all that trash being dumped into their spirit, and then they come back to you with some mess. You're not interested in that. You're just not. This is where you are sitting on your throne, Queen of Pentacles. They don't see themselves on the throne yet, but guess what? Moving forward, that energy will. That energy will see, hey, we're building legacy together. We're not interested. We're interested in a 10 of Pentacles, not the 5 of Pentacles. Do you know how many energies certain people from your past would have to cut off in order to get to 10 of Pentacles? The way you see being 10 of Pentacles, you're not interested in that. Time is money. You're not interested in sitting around gossiping about people. So your High Priestess gifts are telling you there's some energies from your past that recognize, hey, they met somebody different, Pisces. They ain't meet a regular Pisces. They ain't read a Pisces. They met a Pisces who knows what their purpose is. And somebody who is on breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. You are not to be played with, Pisces. That's the frequency that you're on. So anybody coming into your life, if Source tells you, hey, that's not the one, you can feel like we twin flames. But if Source says you're not the one, guess what? You ready to roll out. So it's some energies are going to be in for a rude awakening, trying to come back into your life, Pisces, where they all of a sudden thinking that they're going to bring some nightmares and then try to justify bringing a nightmare. Well, I can't just cut certain people off. Well, guess what? Yeah, I mean, I've already been there, done that, brought the T-shirt, got the scars to prove it. I'm not interested in going backwards. So, in the way that you're doing it is in love. That's what's going to really, that's what's going to really, like I said before, you already know that certain energies have been under certain judgment. And some of them, because they've already been talking about you, Pisces, they're going to swear up and down that you're harshly judging them. You're not judging them. Nope, already been there. That would be counterproductive for you to go backwards. You're going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. A huge weight. 4 of Wands. Like I said, this is 10, 10, 10. That's it. Instant manifestation. Somebody says, here we have the 7 of Cups. Here we also have the 3 of Wands. We also have the Knight of Wands. Here we also have the 2 of Cups. We're going to get to this in a second. And then also the 5 of Cups, right? So, Cups energy, right? So you got 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups, right? So I'm seeing here, in your cards. So here's the thing. A lot of temptation all around you, right? A lot of temptation. You kind of want to, I can't even say you want to even entertain or even listen to whatever trash talking somebody's bringing back to you or whatever. I even feel like somebody from your past is going to try to bring some information to you about somebody else saying something about you or whatever. Again, like I said, I feel like your response to them, Pisces, is going to be more or less like, I'm not interested in the trash talking. I'm more interested in how, if you're operating from agape love, how you're protecting my best interest based on your interaction with them versus them bringing trash back to you. You're not interested in trash. You're not interested in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So here we have the Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups, and also the Two of Cups. There's a temptation that you may feel like, okay, well, you want to sit there and entertain conversation. But I also feel like you're saying, no, I need to stay away from the treachery. If you're still connected to those types of energies, I don't want to be connected to you, right? There it is. So I feel like here we have the Two of Wands, here the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Wands be like 3 minus 1. Source is saying you trying to be triple booked and busy and not triple burdened and bitter about other things that people are trying to dump into your universe, Pisces. So you're not interested in a trash talking. You're not interested in stepping down off of your throne. You actually see them on that throne. And you may even say to them, hey, I thought higher of you. I thought higher of you that you would not entertain, entertain that stuff. You're telling people right now you don't care about other people's harsh judgment of you. You don't care what they heard about you. If that's the frequency that they're on, you're not interested. Like, I thought if anything, you should already know what judgment feels like. So I'm not interested in, your harsh judgment. I'm delivered from people's judgment. That's the frequency I see you on. I see somebody in a very mature, the Pisces actually symbolizes the life stages between 77 years plus. I see you being the wise energy out of this and saying, I'm not interested in entertaining, negativity, trash talking, all of that other stuff. And I'm certainly not, if that's what somebody's trying to bring into your universe, you don't have a problem with saying, hey, I'm breaking cycles, chains, and curses. Believe what you want to believe. I'm okay with that. I'm not here to clear up any rumors. If you are operating from agape love, because that's what I thought I was dealing with, somebody who was operating in this Queen of Pentacles twice, because that's what's coming across somebody's path. Somebody definitely prayed for someone who is down to earth, relatable, but somebody who is not entertaining trash talk, and not somebody who is not moved by other people's harsh judgment of them. Here we have number 3. I am charismatic. So expression comes naturally to you. Pisces, you are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. You're able to get others on board with your ideas. Number 3. Yep. You're able to get, people have all kinds of reasons for why they sit there and listen. Well, I didn't really say anything. I was sitting there listening. Just sitting there listening is being contaminated. Sitting there listening is being contaminated. So, somebody's gonna be in for a rude awakening. Here we have soul contract. You are not interested in entering into any soul contracts with anybody that is entertaining hurtful and harmful gossip about other people. You are not interested. When we talk about soul contracts, we're talking about like your destiny is already written in the scrolls of time, but it's also in your hands to create it. There are 2 types of soul contracts: the plan you came into this incarnation to execute and your experiences with others. You are not trying to enter into a soul contract with energies who like to harshly judge people and therefore trying to dump that into your universe, or even trying to make you feel bad thinking that you're harshly judging them. You're like, I already know what that feels like. I saw you with a crown on your head. I did not take you for the type of person that entertains gossip and trash, especially about you, Pisces. I didn't take you for that person. I looked at you at a higher frequency, but if that's the frequency you're on, I need to move on. So that's what I'm saying for you all, Pisces. People don't realize that it can be a complete and total nightmare. So it's definitely some energies you're like, I'm not interested in the gossip. If that's all you feel like your worth is to bring trash, take trash from one destination to the next, and that you feel like that's where your worth lies, I'm not interested. Here we have, my future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. And that's it. Yeah. You're not entering into a soul contract with those types of energies. You are not interested. If people cannot judge you based on their own interaction with you and the person you have evolved into, you're not interested at all. People do all kinds of stuff. They'll go online, Pisces, and they'll go look up stuff, and the stuff is not even true. They'll pay a certain amount of money. Oh, let me go do a background check, and let me go do, and none of that stuff is even true. You're constantly evolving. That could have been something from your past, but is it who you are today? Absolutely not. Some people live in that judgment world. Like, people are looking at me, they judge me based on this and judging me based on that. Source is saying you're not in that world. Here we have change. So when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. That's what I'm saying. If people are not seeing you're still, say, their energy is still connected to other people's ego, Pisces, and that's what they don't see. You're not interested in being connected to that. They love the gossip. I mean, it actually soothes their heart, and it's misery loves company. It actually makes them feel better, Pisces, to sit around and kiki and laugh about other people's pain, other people feeling judged. That's not you're a compassionate sign. You're known for your compassion, Pisces. So people sitting around like they think it's funny to make fun of other people's hurt. That's not the frequency you're on. So the answers you seek are coming soon. I'm telling you, somebody's gonna reach out to you, and they're gonna think they bringing you some information. You're like, I'm not interested. What did you do to protect your response to them? I'm telling you, Pisces is going to be like, to them, that's going to try to bring some gossip to you about that somebody else told them about you, Pisces. You're going to say, no, I'm not really interested in what they said. I'm interested in how you protected, I'm interested in how you protected the conversation based on what your interaction has been with you, Pisces. That's all you're interested in. Did you protect what we talked about? Did you protect that inner? If you didn't protect, I'm not interested in what they said. I'm not interested at all, because that speaks in volume. And a matter of fact, I need to go ahead and end the conversation. I'm not interested in that. So that's the frequency I see you on. Here's the 5 of Cups, in reverse. You're dealing with an energy that feels like they poured a lot into you. And so this is, looking at this right here, 5 and 5 of Cups would be 10 of Cups, right? That's going to let you know right then and there. I'm telling you, this is what I'm seeing in your cards. You're not interested in people who they feel like their value lies in their trash talking and people and being under other people's egotistical judgment. So you already know right there, that's not a member of my soul tribe. I certainly don't want to settle down with that type of energy at all. That can't go into your vault door, right? And so now you make room for your soulmate coming across your path, right? That's when you're making room for your soulmate. You're saying, yeah. I'm telling you, Pisces, somebody's going to come back to you and they're going to try to bring some trash because that's what they feel like their worth is. An energy that really genuinely is operating in self-love would say, that's not my experience with Pisces. I wouldn't even bring that to Pisces. And if you try to get my name wrangled up in some stuff, listen, I'm a quickly cut you off. That's not what I said. I have nothing to do with that. I don't want to be involved with that. So you'll see. Here we have the King of Pentacles, and that's what's going to put you on King of Pentacles. You and somebody, like I said before, here you have the 10 of Wands, booked and busy. I'm telling you, it's going to come down to that. Here we have La Luna, and it's going to make somebody go crazy from your past, Pisces, because you're a healer, and their energy is trying to see what you healed from. They more interested in salacious gossip about what you healed from, like it's an interview. Okay, let them wait for the book to come out. You know what I'm saying, Pisces, before you let them into that vault door of yours. Here we have the 6 of Cups. I see you operating in childlike faith moving forward. You got too many gifts and talents for you to be connected to energy who feel like their worth lies in just gossip. Here we have the 9 of Cups. So yeah, that's what I'm saying for you all, Pisces. That's what I'm saying for you. Let me get one last card and I'm going to go ahead and close it out. But yeah, that's what it's going to boil down to, because they've been judged. And at first somebody felt like, okay, this is my twin flame. But you're going to ask them a couple of questions and it's going to let you know right then and there, yeah, that right there would be a deal breaker for me. That's why I talk about journaling so much. Here we have acceptance. They want to be accepted by energies. You're not interested in being accepted by people, places, and things. Here we have, I accept myself as I am, period. I accept what is without resistance. I have the power to choose my actions. I have the power to create change. I practice patience with myself. I am loved. I am not alone. I am at peace. That's it. Somebody's about to find out real quick, Pisces, that you're not about all the trash talking. You really, really not. You're not going to let it cause you to say anything hurtful to them. You're going to say, okay, so how do you feel bringing that information back to me? That's when it's going really, when you're cool, calm, and collected. How do you feel bringing that information back to me? Well, I didn't want to believe it, but you sat there and entertained it. I'm not on that frequency. Everybody has evolved. I'm not going to confirm or deny what you heard was true or false. I'm going to let you believe whatever you want to believe, but I need to go ahead and release myself from this right here. So I'm going to let you believe what you want to believe. I'm not here to confirm or deny. I don't care. You can do as much digging as you want. I'm not interested in any of it. I'm not interested in any of it. I really thought I was dealing with somebody who was beyond other people's judgment, And I saw you on, I mean, like I said, you don't even have to say to them, I saw you as down to earth, relatable. I mean, I thought you could relate to how it felt with judgment. But here you are showing me that you're still looking for other people's acceptance. So guess what? Goodbye. Some of you all won't even answer the phone, for real. Some of you all, because when I see the moon card, I see some energies from your past trying to resurface, trying to bring up some old stuff because they're trying to see how it's going to affect you. What did you have to do? How did you heal from that? I mean, the enemy has all kinds of ways it tries to reconnect with you. But again, the main thing is that when people entertain trash, they bring trash and they entertain it, you're not interested in either type of person. Because somebody who really deserves to be in your vault door, guess what? They would have cut it off right then and there. I'm not talking bad about Pisces. I don't have anything negative to say about Pisces. That has not been my interaction with Pisces. I'm not sure the reason why you felt you comfortable to bring me some information about, and to bring up the information about Pisces. That's not the frequency I'm on. So stop the conversation. Some people know this is the King of Pentacles. Somebody knows how valuable their time is, and you're not wasting it on trash. So trash talking, let me just say that. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Like I said, the answers that you need are coming. People right now are trying to figure out how they can get some information to you, and that's great. But it's going to send them back to the drawing board. That's what's going to hit them like a ton of bricks. That's what the Tower card. It's going to hit them like a ton of bricks because they're like, oh, dang, that didn't work. I thought I was going to get a different type of response from Pisces. It's the most mature response. Now you realize, okay, I now know what the zodiac sign Pisces symbolizes, right? It symbolizes that stage of life where you're really delivered from people's opinions of you. You really exist between worlds, and you're not going into a form of escapism. You're dreaming even bigger. And Source is saying that's when you know that door has swung wide open. Being you said, I'm not entertaining trash talking, and I'm not entertaining it at all. That's what I have for you, and I will see you all on in the next video. Okay, happy new moon. Bye.